G'day! In today's video I'm replacing this iPhone 12's battery with a Nohon iPhone 12 battery. This one comes in a kit form, and the kit itself I do not overly like. I'm just going to quickly go over why. One thing that just fell out is one thing that is useful is your sticker to stick down the new battery. But in the kit itself we have a few screws, screwdrivers, pry tool, some plastic tweezers that are pretty lackluster, screwdrivers, pentalobe, star, triangle, a pick, and a suction cup. Now, why do I think that they're mostly useless? Well, apart from the pentalobe, which is the screws on the bottom here, most of the other screws they're quick disposable tools, which I'm not a fan of. And I don't believe that the ones that they provide are really going to help. Mainly because right now I've had this iPhone sitting face down on my blue heat pad here that heats up to 70 degrees. Next up I'm going to use some isopropyl alcohol and a thin sesame tool to open this up. And I'll show you how I'll do that in a minute. Granted, the suction cup I'm not going to use. I will use the guitar pick. Put that to the side. To get the screen out on one of these, I tend to put alcohol all around the outer perimeter, which the isopropyl alcohol softens the adhesive, which means then this tool can usually pry in and lift up a corner for me. I tend to do the bottom left-hand corner near the charge port, and I pry it up like so. With it like that, I should be able to slide the guitar pick in there and hopefully lift it pretty well. This is lifting extremely easily with the heat and isopropyl. If you were trying to use the tools without heat and without the isopropyl, there is a very high risk of damaging your display. Even with this, the heat and the isopropyl, there's still a risk of damaging said phone's display. If I go around here, go, and I should be able to then hopefully open it up slightly like a book. And then from there, that gets us to the battery. I'm going to leave the screen attached and just build up behind it to prop it up. Also, another thing, because of Apple's serialization of parts and their serializing parts, the battery itself, when I do swap it, it will come up with a battery has been swapped and cannot detect capacity. Which that are almost 90, or almost dead certain that could be changed if Apple chose to, but Apple would much rather stick with their serialization of parts. Now I'm going to use some isopropyl alcohol down the bottom here, and around here, and just everywhere else I can put it, because it's pretty good stuff. Now metal tools aren't overly recommended, but going by the toolkit, I might even use this one. Put that there, and pry, and pry. The alcohol makes this extremely easy to lift. Without heat or alcohol, that battery removal would be considerably harder. Next up from here, what do I need to do? I need to go that way. Two ways to go about it. If you have a quick look at the battery capacities, physical size of them, virtually the same. Maybe slightly thicker. But the customer was saying that their issue with this was their battery was lasting about 4 hours, which is definitely not a good amount of time. Nohon I've had good experiences with in the past, and I'm comfortable in using their batteries with pretty much any device I can get my hands on. Granted, there have been a few duds in the past, mainly during the start of COVID, but overall, they're pretty good. Been the most reliable battery I've come across. go, fold that over, and now we're looking like this. I should be able to take this off now. Next up, I want to connect the battery up first before putting it in its resting place, just so I know that battery connection will stay. Should be able to line it up over the top and push down, and it should click into position. And I should be able to slide the battery towards it, and it should stay connected, and then from there I can push the battery down into its resting place. Now we're going to put this one back over the top, line it up over the top there. Tip, if you are using the included screws and you've got a magnet nearby, definitely magnetize that end. Magnetizing is very simple and straightforward. Grab the magnet and slide the tool along from the base to the tip. That should magnetize your screwdriver. At least enough that you'll be able to pick up the screws and put them back in. The little fold of metal goes down the bottom over here. And both those screws, I'm pretty certain, are the same length, so there should be no worries about getting them the wrong way around. Clean off my fingerprint there. Should be able to fold it back over like a book now. And push down. That should lock it in. And then put your 2 pentalobe screws back in, stick it on charge, and you should be right to go from there. Hope this helps, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.